Early this morning, it's Thursday, been a good week of logging so far. Got rained out, going to the mill, going to install these carriage tracks and wheels on the carriage. I'm going to meet up with the Cleerman dude and I think it's going to go pretty good. Okay, I'll run y'all up to speed real quick. This is our head saw. What it does is it's the first saw, the actual saw, that the log comes through after it comes to the sawmill. It's been through the debarker. The bark's been knocked off these logs. And then now it's time for the head saw, which is the first saw, to make the logs into cants. Cants are when you turn a round log square. Now, the head saw does a crucial job because it is setting up the parameters of the rest of the log to be sawn down into lumber. The head saw runs, you can see the carriage down there. That's what's moving back and forth is the carriage. It runs on the carriage track, which is kind of like a railroad track and kind of like railroad wheels. Now, this carriage has run since 1994, and it is now 2001, the end of 2001. So it's been running a long service life, and these wheels are wore into mushroom shape from wear. And the back track back there, that's what holds your carriage straight. It's called the V-rail. And the V-rail is wore down to where it's not tight anymore on the carriage wheels. Now here's where you're starting in the project. I don't got a lot of this covered, but we're going to cover it real quick and then get into lining this thing up and starting to saw. Now we're sliding the old rails out. We busted them loose. We cut them at, I forgot what they had me cut them at, but they're cut loose. Robin took all the bolts out and we're wrestling them out of here. And then we wrestled the new one. It's right there at Brent's feet. The new one is, it's sitting right yar. And then we'll set him up on top there once we get these others out of the way. I wanted to show this real quick. This is a real cool gadget that the boss man Dan from Cleerman made to line this up, to hold the piano hinge tight and to line these tracks up. Now the next day it's time for us to start lining the stuff up and starting to saw. It ain't got a... you got a spur on it or something? It's rounded. See if that front one and see if it's square enough on a... You shy? No. He ain't shy. No, he... Okay, so we got the... What do you say, guys? We got the track on. It sucked. You agree to that? It sucked. Yeah. It sucked. Yeah. But we got it. New wheels on. Went through hell shimming the axle because Mikey had trouble reading the shim. You gonna take that? Okay. He kept telling me, I just never listened. Okay, but we finally did get it. I guess that's it. We shimmed a bunch on the back here, and then we welded. So the J-boats, they was picky, going back and forth, but they're not like super tight.
No, we still need to go on the inside and tighten them.
Yeah, and tighten the jammer nuts. The jammer nuts hadn't been tightened. But once we got it that way and back and forth with the J-boats, Dan said everything looked good, so then he had us to weld the key stock down. Mikey cut us a bunch of key stocks out and we welded them down. And then the joints. We welded the joints together and then made sure we didn't have no potholes. We ground them down where there's no potholes, and then we ground, and I welded a little bit to track just for, and Dan said I could, so I just wanted to do that to feel good about it. And did the same here. And then the end of the track, we welded a little bit, like it's here on the end. I never welded this end of this one. I'll get that before it's done. Now, one thing we run into on an issue we was nervous about is the shotgun height. Because when it got to the gland down here, well, it didn't here, but on that end it leaked. It leaked down there. But the old track had a different geometry to it. Let me show you all this. So we kept this on the old track. This is old track. And then it was steeper and deeper. And the new one is shallower and wider, which it'll have more surface area to wear on. It's a good, better design. But when we had to before this carriage hits the stop, it'll run up on this. So we had to grind it down so we didn't have a ramp there. And it actually was making the gland on this gun leak a little bit. But we think we got that took care of now. We're happy with everything now. We think Dan leveled the carriage, so we're leveled there. And well, that's where we're at. So we're gonna set the lead on this thing. And Mikey's gonna be our operator. He's this head sawyer dude. And me and Tuner, me and Brent, we're gonna do the years ago, we decided that 332s is what the lead is on this saw. So the way that is, this saw is going to angle in to the log 3/32 from tip to tip. So we're going to measure that now. If anybody's setting your lead or doing this to set your lead, we put a good blade on. We keep a good blade back there for this. Mark this tooth is the way I was taught. All right, Mikey. Whoa, perfect, Mikey. Now to bring the tip of the tooth down, because the tooth's wider on the tip. It's a half a 30-second light, but who's getting better at sharpening now anyways, ain't he? And you're sharpening straight, ain't you? It'll be all right. Now these saws are actually made like a bowl. They're not flat. And they're made like a bowl. And they're hammered to a certain RPM. Yeah. So when you get up to that RPM, the outside metal of the saw actually stretches and the saw will then stand up straight. Oh, wow. When you shut a saw off and it's idling down, it's about to stop, you'll watch it do this stuff and it's turning back into a bowl. Wow. So set still, it's actually a bowl. And it ain't much, it's like maybe it's not even a 16th from tip to tip, but it's a bowl, it's not flat. I'd say good enough. It's a heavy, it's 2.5 30 seconds is what it is.
That'd be good enough to where.
My brother used to run on 1/32. Yeah, and he did 2 for a while. So I mean, 3 is what we always set it at.
It's like good enough to where if Derek didn't want to change it Monday or after work or something, or if it don't work, my bad. Yeah, if it don't run right before the end of
well, let's clean our stuff off, and then we'll clean the deck off, and we'll run a little bit.
All right.
Sound good?
Yeah.
All right.
You guys want to put power stock on there?
Yeah, anything you want to put the saw. Just anything we can make square. Well, we're gonna saw a little bit of wood here. We got to put our doodads or scrapers back on. We do got to put our scrapers back on, Mikey. We'll put our scrapers on and run the carriage back to the center so we can do our scrapers. Yeah, you want to just do 2 and then move it? Come back a little bit and we'll do 2 and then move. Okay, that'll work. And this is our scrapers. They ride on the track to clean the sawdust off the track. And then But you got to have your lubricator running, and between the lubricator and the scrapers, then it'll keep the track clean. So your track ain't building up with sawdust and stuff. So we'll get them on there, and then we're gonna clean our mess up and then throw some wood on the skids and see if this baby will saw.
Yeah. Ready? You're probably down too low. Put about 4 feet up. Right here? Yeah. Ready? Gotcha. There, she went. The more you do it, the better you get at it. Yeah. Start slipping on that shit. Use that too far. Or too far back. I always put my foot right there around that rail when we go bring it in. That side over here, it seems like it sucks, but this side over here is worse. Yep. You look down through them, and you can catch a little bit of light. I mean, it's a little bit of light. Yeah, just a little bit. Okay, then you go inside the saw, kick it on, and then you'll come back out and readjust it. Because like Ray told you earlier, it's sitting at the moon, and once you kick it on, it'll stand up straight. So then you got to come back in and adjust it. You do this to start with, just as a reference. I'm guessing I ain't real good at it yet.
So all you needed is just a little bit of light on each side.
Yeah.
So it's got room to do its wiggling.
Yeah.
When it starts up, it'll wiggle. When it turns from a bowl to a disc,
Yeah.
or to, what would you call it, Mike?
Yeah, that's about right, yeah.
Like a flat. When it comes from a bowl to a flat thing, it kind of. Then when it goes back down, it'll.
Right on.
I really did.
All right, okay, guys. Mikey don't want nobody watching him because he thinks he sucks at it, but he's way better than he acts like. Nobody can see it from the camera, anyways.
There'll be somebody on there who say, "Oh, he's." Well, if there is somebody,
You gotta be arrogant. That works on YouTube, Mike. You gotta be arrogant. Man, I'm the best guy that's ever done this, ever made.
The object is lightly touch, not a hard drag. You'll eat your teeth up. Will you okay. Hey, open up at 220 volt. Turn on 35 for me. Just the weight of the jockey will do it. Left-handed, I can't do it left-handed because my shoulder's messed up. But, okay. Let me see if I can find one that I messed up on. Okay, it ain't real bad. But like, see how that kind of curves to the top?
Yeah.
You want to flat like that one. Because if you do them all like this, it'll make your saw pull in.
Okay.
So really, if we was actually going to saw all day, I would have brought my jockey back and shaped up that tooth. But you're looking for your tooth edge and a flat.
And what did we decide? What did we come up with on our? You remember, Mikey? We come up.
I think it's 25 thousandths.
Is the absolute minimum.
Yeah. It's supposed to. or
Oh, let's
yeah,
say
or
be
is it
50. 50.
Yeah.
We had some all the way down. So your saw. So 50 thousandths is the widest. No. It's
50 is
yeah. It's.
the thinnest that you want your tooth to
Hang
go.
on, let me get my.
To see, like
Let me get my doodad. Here we go. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. I pick on old Roger all the time. Here you go. Here you go. All right. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna gauge the thickness of them teeth. I think it was point something 5.2 is a. Because what happens if you let your tooth get down too skinny? Skinny kerf makes heat.
Yeah.
So
It's putting more wood on the actual.
rubbing the body of the saw.
Yeah, it's rubbing the body of the saw.
Okay, so let's see what we got. So we got 375.
See, I was
So
thinking it was
350 is probably the.
20. I was thinking it was 20. Really? Because measure down here.
Oh,
into the-
275. Excuse me. 0.275. So we're allowed to take it down to 0.25.
I think. Measure down at the
And then the
bottom.
body of the saw is actually 3/16, so it's more like 0.185.
Yeah, but we don't want to get it below.
Yeah. 0.25. So what did I say?
He said thousands. That's why I
We're
was
at
thinking.
0.25. Well, 0.250. So we're at 250 thousandths.
Yeah.
Is where we're at, and we're allowed to go down to 250 is what we're allowed to go down to, and we're at 173 right now.
Because I ain't for sure what a new tooth is.
Because what we're talking about is this. See how that tooth is made. So see back here, the tooth is, yeah, 0.225.
See, that's what I was thinking.
And then, but you're only allowed to go down to point. So you get down below 250, then you're starting to build heat. Is what he said. So 260 to 250 is what we're allowed.
Yeah, so that puts you about right here in your tooth. You know what I mean? Somewhere back in there.
And then you're getting too narrow for your body and making your heat.
Yep.
And then you go to sawing the big logs when it really shows up, ain't it, Mikey? Yeah. Okie
And they
doke.
say sometimes, like if you want to check your revolutions, I seen on a thing the other day, you can purposely mark one of your teeth wide, and then go through, and then you can kind of
Count it on your saw.
Yeah.
Count on your board.
Yeah, you can count.
Then
how
you're
many
checking your feet.
revolutions per whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And they say it should be between 3.5 to 4, is what that said. Because the slower.
You feed it too slow, it's a problem too, because it gets to swimming in its dust.
The faster.
Yeah.
It puts
You want
the
a certain chip size, or else the chips get to falling on the side of the body of the saw and rubbing between the saw and your board, and it's creating heat. So too thin's bad, and too thick's bad. And too slow a feed rate's bad, too fast a feed rate's bad. There's a gate. There's a gate in there you're supposed to stick with.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's little bit of information on YouTube about any of this shit.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants.
Nobody does.
Yeah.
Nobody does.
Well, a lot of places is going to the band head rig.
Yep.
And it's a totally different setup with that.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot more.
The circle's more durable, but
Yeah.
take a bigger curve out too.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, here. Okay.
Oh, I kicked the board.
Okay. Park that up there and take the welder up next.
I don't know. You want to go ahead and take the welder up and drop it?
And if there's room for them both up here, then we move the boards once. Brad! And pop the wheelie. Okay, hang on. Let me get behind this beastridge. Okay, if I can get behind. Hang on.
Pop the wheelie again.
That's a Chinese one.
Oh, damn, you all right, mate?
Oh. Watch the board, Junior. I got it.
Thanks to be easier.
Biggest tanks I can fit on that car, Mike. All right, I'll catch you welder this time. See if I remember how to do this. Okay, I got that.
Yep, 2 green buttons.
Hey, we're good.
Yep.
Now we wait on the loader man. Now what we're gonna do first is we're gonna put on, he's gonna put on a couple pallet stock logs, and then we're gonna get something square, and then he's starting it on Red Oak, because we're starting on Red Oak Monday. Here he comes. Boogity boogity. Start this Spartan motor. They're gonna bring some black gum to us. Carry sorting logs. It's Saturday. Mike is gonna move the mini den. Now the speed you come across the log is important. I mean, I'm not good at any of this, but I'm trying.
Hey, you want to kick that Red Oak log over after that pallet stock there?
All right. We'll see what she does. Oh. Junior, would you run to the truck and get my tape measure? Yeah. Wasn't scanning. That's a scanner there. That's got a set of lasers. Now watch when it scans. They all light up. See? They're all lit up. It's low grade, ain't it?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay, got you. Is it scanning at all? Scanning! Bam! Yeah.
This line right here shows you.
All right, Mikey, stop and let me go measure. You bring my tape measure. The opening face is 5 inches on it. What's your opening face on piece width?
Open the face is bad.
Species D. Okay, here it is. Oh, you got the wobble going. There's your wobble. It'll take him a minute to tame it down. See, once you heat it up, then it gets even longer, and then the center, then it's trying to be a. That's some touchy shit.
Yeah.
I never did figure it. You're looking good. like you look at them. Look at that, would you?
I got it running too far out on the backside right now.
You got it what?
I got it running too far out on the backside. Let me get the salt bed a little bit, and I'll see if I can have the salt.
I'll go down there and catch them. What we're gonna do is we're gonna edge a couple. Now this is pallet, so we're not opening up like a face board. A face board you open up at 6 inches. But this is a pallet board, so you're gonna open it up at, there it goes, keep on going. Hang on. Give me a second, Mikey. Oh, I ain't got no air back here. Oh, turn on air. Come here, Timmy. Now what I need to do is edge this board. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and edge this board here, or 2 or 3. Then we're going to check. All right. I'm going to edge this pretty skinny so I can tell what's going on with the head saw. And I'm not good on this edger. I ain't a good operator at any of this stuff. I'm the mechanic, so I'm trying to. Yeah, come on. It's a thing of timing that I don't have down yet. Oh, fudge. Arbor didn't start. In a bit. Stuck the damn board right in the saw. Damn it! Come here, you son of a biscuit. Come up. Uh-oh. Yeah, I didn't have it.
Let me pull on it?
Yeah. Hey. Good. Start the saw. I had it overloaded. It's ready. I was jacking on my engine. I was trying to start things and freaking shut the board right in the saw with him running. You're allowed up 50% of the wing. You're wasteful with the pallet. Or you're, you know what I mean? They don't push that 50% Wayne.
I don't know.
They're supposed to.
I know. Well, I got it.
No, they're 50% Wayne. 50% of the length of the board can be Wayne. Right there. Perfect. That's perfect. When markets are up, 50%, 100%. When markets go down, you go down to like 30%. This is one of my mistakes. And I told him the skidder man split that. He won't buy into it. And then there's the top. There's a fork up there. You can tell it's bottom. No, the two forks slapped together when it hit the ground after they dropped it in the boom.
No.
I don't even remember doing that. That's when you know it's bad, when you don't even remember it. You've done so much of it, so...
I was gonna say, you've done so much of it, it's hard to remember. One here, one there.
Yeah. Now, Pooh says when he gets all them sticks and fibers and stuff like that, it sticks out and goes crazy to the saw. He loves that.
No, I don't.
What does it got to do with that? There's something in it? There is, ain't there? Oh, shut up. Yeah, I ain't good. at how it done wore out the side, done mushroomed out the side. Look at that. Like a daggone, I don't know what. Wore slap out. Eli loves it when I get him on camera. He's getting ready to go in for heart surgery. I said, how they gonna work on that? You ain't got one. He just growled at me. Now that everything's sawing good and we're looking good everywhere, now comes the fun part. Let me clean up this mess. Oh, before I get started, the boss man, we even showed him something. Dan goes, what are you gonna do? We need a longer bit. So I took a bolt and I cut the bolt off, or cut the head off the bolt and welded a drill bit to the bolt. Dan said, that ain't gonna work. I said, I've done worse. Drilled every single hole with one bit off one sharpening. And it needs touched up. The bit's getting dull, it needs touched up, but every hole on that track was drilled with one bit, one sharpening. And the whole time it was a bit that's been welded to a bolt to be long enough to reach. That's the stuff that makes this job fun.
How to put a saw blade on?
It looks like shit. No. Because when you're gorgeous like I am, you
Exactly. You gotta make sure I'm messed up.
I just stuck in a filter, or I walked past the camera, or a
You got a filter good.
mirror. Yeah.